Hello, everybody. I was in the store the other day and I found these big old, what are they called, spare ribs. The spare ribs come off of the pig where the baby back ribs end. And then you get the spare ribs. They're exactly the same price as the baby back ribs, but there's twice as much. So I chose to go with the spare ribs. And here we go. I'm going to show you how to boil them. And they come out the most tender ribs you ever had. And I'm not kidding. Hold on, I'm going to pour the juice off and then I'm going to rinse them. What I put in mine is black pepper, ginger, carrots, onions, celery, red pepper, rosemary, and bay leaves and thyme. All right, that's what I'm going to boil them in. Now look, I'm going to cut them in half. If you want to do this in a crock pot, you can, but unless you have a real big crock pot, you're going to have to cut them in half, put half of them in the fridge, put the other half in the crock pot, and then let them go for I don't know how many hours. It's probably 6. I'm not sure. I never cooked them in the crock pot, but I'm sure you could do it. Okay, anyway, now look. You could put all the vegetables in this water and get it to boil first if you want. You don't start timing it until the water boils. So you might as well do that. You know, that way you get a little bit of extra out of the vegetables. But it does boil for an hour 15 to an hour and a half. So I don't know how much more you can get out of the vegetables. All right, anyway, there went some carrots. Here comes some celery. And 1 onion. Now look, on an onion, when you're cooking something like this, you know, you use the whole thing. However, if you put too much skin, you see that yellow skin? If you put too much of that, it'll make it a little bit bitter. So you don't want to put too much of that skin. Although, you know, you can use some skin, but don't put too much because it'll make it bitter. Same thing with garlic. You don't want too much of the skin. All right, now what I'm going to have to do is, since I didn't let the water boil first, I'm going to have to put it on the stove, let it boil, and then set the timer. Okay, there goes 3 bay leaves right off the tree. Anybody wants any bay leaves, let me know. I'll send you some. I mean, they can't get any fresher. I've sent them to people and they love them. Okay, there's some thyme, fresh out of the greenhouse. Now thyme I can't send you because I only have 1 plant of thyme, and I'm not giving it up. Okay, there goes rosemary. Now listen, pork and rosemary go together. Trust me. You can't go too heavy on the rosemary. Wait a minute, that was garlic, but then I just remembered I have fresh garlic in the refrigerator, so I'm going to add some fresh garlic to it. There's a whole bulb right there. I'm going to try to pull off the thin skin on it and just use the garlic. You don't have to chop the garlic or nothing. Just get it in the pot without too much of the skin. So there you go. These cloves are cut in half, and I'm pulling the skin out. Now look, you could boil these ribs with nothing in the water at all. That's up to you. I happen to like them with some flavor. And this is the flavor right here. There's an old piece of garlic that I had laying around. I'm going to throw that in too. All right. So that was 1 fresh clove of garlic. Forget that little piece. All right. Here's some ginger that I just picked out of the yard. I don't have a garden, so I can't say the garden, but the ginger just came out fresh, like 5 minutes before that. I love ginger, man. Ginger is really good with ribs. All right, there's some black pepper. I can't really see how much is going in because of all the other spice, so I'll put it in my hand and then I know. Here comes some red pepper. You know, I go kind of heavy on the red pepper. It's really not gonna you know, soak too much into the meat. All right, there it goes. Now it's going on the stove. What you wanna do is you wanna boil it. Okay, then you set the timer, and you don't want to boil it real heavy. You know, not a heavy roll. You just want a nice simmer for about an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and a half. You should check them after an hour. All right, just to make sure. Okay. Watch, you'll see at the end here, the bones come right out. I mean, they're really good, man. This is really good stuff here. All right, so here's what we have. We have, what does that say? Oh, I don't even know. I just got my new glasses. But wait a minute. I still don't know what that is. Oh, there's garlic, hot crushed red pepper, rosemary, thyme, bay leaves, and black pepper. No salt. I do not use any salt. The salt seems to weaken the meat, and the meat gets kind of shredded. So I don't use any whatchamajiggy, no salt. Okay, now here comes the ribs after. This is 1 hour and a half. Now, like I said, check your ribs at 1 hour. See how they're doing. Okay. This one went, well, approximately 1.5. It went, I don't know, I would say probably 120 minutes. I mean, I'm sorry. An hour and 20 minutes. All right, now watch this. The bones just pop right out. Look at this. Woo, doggies. Man, you want to talk about good. This stuff is good. Oh, boy. You throw some barbecue sauce on there. Now, I'm going to finish mine in the toaster oven. But the other piece I'm going to give to my mechanic. The guy's really good. He does a good job for me. One day my transmission fluid all drained out as I was driving down the road. And I called him up and the guy showed up. Well, I mean, within like 10 minutes. This guy's great. He's really good. Anyway, here you go. You put some barbecue sauce on it. All right. Oh, you flip it over without it falling apart. I mean, this thing wants to fall apart, believe me. It is completely cooked. All right. Let's see what's happening here. I'm gonna cut it off here and start it up again. All right, here we go. I'm gonna put this into the shrink wrap and I'll show you how my little handy dandy machine works. I love this machine, man. This thing is dynamite. All right, you have to have special bags for it, which is no big deal. You just buy the roll of bags and then you cut them to make them the size you want. All right, then they go inside the machine like this. Close the door. Hit shrink and save or whatever it is. Not really sure. And there it goes. It sucks out all the air and then it seals it. Now you put that in the freezer and I guarantee you 5 years from now this stuff is going to be good. As long as you don't poke a hole in the bag, you're good. I tell you, I love this thing. I should be a salesman for this company, whoever they are. I don't know who they are, but man. And not only that, you can reuse the bags. You know, if you wash the bags out. See, most of the time what I do is when I freeze stuff, I freeze it in one of those, you know, those, what are they called? You know, the Ziploc baggies. I freeze this stuff in Ziploc. So that way nothing touches the bag itself. So then what I do is I wash off the bag, wash them out, let them dry, and then I can reuse them. So it's, you know, the company even tells you you can reuse them. It's not something I made up. All right, now here's the other half of the ribs. There's the, oh crap, there's the bones that we're gonna pull out here in a minute. Look at this. Man, oh man, they just pop right out. I mean, this is really good stuff. You want to make a rib sandwich? Right there, baby. Oh mama. Yeah, it seems I'm having a little trouble with this rib. It's very hot. That's the problem. You know, kind of hard to hang on to them. They're hot. There we go. All right. Look at this. Man, it doesn't get any better than that right there. I'm telling you. It doesn't get any better than that. Okay. All right, now these I'm going to give away to my mechanic and his wife. They don't know it yet, but he's coming over here tonight to take a look at the problem I'm having with the van. So when he gets here, I'm going to give him these, and ooh, he'll be smiling. All right, here you go, a little more barbecue. You know what? I should probably speed this up. Yeah, why don't I? Hold on, let me speed this up. You know, you could probably go around town and find some ribs at a smokehouse, or, you know, some restaurant that's known for ribs. But I can guarantee you one thing. You're not going to find them any better than this right here. I'll see you later. I got to go. I got to eat. Mmm, tasty. Hello. Hey, I just realized I didn't show you guys the finished product. So here it is. Those are the ribs going into the whatchamacallit, toaster oven. I'm not going to turn the whole oven on. And here they are. They're coming out. Look at that. Beautifully glazed. Ooh, mama. Oh, yeah, baby. Whoa. I mean, these things are tender. You can't beat them. I don't care if you went to the famous smokehouse in your neighborhood. Doesn't matter. All right. Now, seriously, I got to go. I got to eat. Later.